Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Profiles in Music, where we delve deep into the lives and careers of some of the most intriguing figures in the music industry. I'm your host, Sean Sainhart, and today we have a guest whose resume reads like a manifesto for artistic activism and empowerment, something that we love on this show. Joining us today is a multi-talented Kay Saran, also known as Katrina Saran. Now, she's not just a singer-songwriter, folks. No, Kay Saran is a force to be reckoned with, truly. She's an actress. She's an author. She's a director, a lyricist, and an impassioned activist for women's rights. But it doesn't even stop there. Kay Saran isn't content with merely entertaining us. She's on a mission to make a difference. Her single, Intimacy, was even nominated by the United Nations and the United Kingdom to be the anthem of International Women's Day. Now, that is what I call using your platform for change. But wait, again, there's more. I feel like a used car salesman here, but trust me. Kay Saran co-wrote the play Breaking the Silence for Human Rights Watch, which was a powerful piece recognized at the End Sexual Violence in Conflict event hosted by none other than Angelina Jolie. Yes, that's right, folks. This woman is rubbing shoulders with the stars while championing human rights. And let's talk about her love for Henrik Ibsen. As a Norwegian, she's not just impassionate about his work, she's practically breathing new life into his characters. Hilda in The Master Builder and Nora in The Doll's House. Kay Saran has inhabited them all. She's even contributed a new translation of Ibsen's Ghost with renowned UK director Mike Alfreds. Now that is dedication to one's craft. And if you thought she was done there, think again. In 2023, she released a self-produced movie, Alida, sorry about that, based on Henrik Ibsen's The Lady from the Sea. Oh, and did I mention she plays the lead character? The film is distributed by Porter Craig and has made waves on Amazon Prime in the United States and the United Kingdom. And my producer and I actually enjoyed that film just a few weeks ago. So we'll have a lot to talk about on that front. But Kay Saran isn't just about a stage and screen. No, sir. She's a staunch supporter of gay pride, performing at festivals across the UK and Spain. And last summer, she even kicked off Gay Pride Ibiza. Now, that's spreading love and acceptance through music. But perhaps her most groundbreaking endeavor yet is Hydrasound, a platform she's co-founding to empower musicians to take control of their own careers. With her entrepreneurial spirit and first-hand experience in the music business, Kay Saran is paving the way for a new era of independent artists. Folks, buckle up because we're about to embark on a journey through the life and times of Kay Saran, a true trailblazer in every sense of the word. Sorry, folks, not feeling too well today, so kind of offbeat. Okay, with that, let's go to our break, and we will come back with Kay Saran. Okay, folks, Kay Saran joins us right now. Hello, Katrina.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you. I am truly inspired by you, your music, everything. Your entire story is just absolutely fascinating. So I
No,
just wanted to begin with that.
that's lovely. Thank you so much. But I've been very lucky to be able to live my passion of art,
Yes.
because there are many people who dream to live and create. And I must say I've been very blessed because coming from Norway, and being able to be trained at the best theatre school in the UK, and being first Norwegian to play lead part in the West End. And I mean, honestly, I feel like, yeah, I've been very lucky, because you need to also have luck. You need, of course, talent, but you also need a lot of luck.
We have a lot of talent, believe me.
Yes, but many people do. But it's also some luck in there, I must say, and persistency.
How is your journey as an artist and activist? How have you been able to intertwine both aspects of those
I,
of your work to advocate for the causes that you believe in?
I feel honestly, when I went to drama school, they taught us that theatre started politically, that why they put on plays were all to do with politics, which I found
Sure.
very fascinating. And then I think because my first lead part, as I said, I was very lucky. And of course, being trained in a best theatre school probably helped a lot. And that was Sphinx Theatre Company, which was actually supporting women, and supporting women to play lead parts. Because when you think about it, most parts out there, lead parts, are male. So
Right.
this theatre company were looking only to put on productions where there were female lead parts. So I think that was kind of setting up my journey.
And how old were you during this period? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And that kind of, I think, really brought me. And then it was Emma Thompson, who I actually played in the movie Effie. I was having a small part in the movie Effie with Emma Thompson. She wrote an article saying, "Come on, actresses, get off your asses and write your own stuff. Don't sit there waiting for your agent to call you. Just get on and do it yourself." I think that really also kicked me up the bum, if you see what I mean.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess it's fascinating because it sounds so progressive. Your experience, politically at least. I mean, you've got a theater championing, lead characters for females. It feels in the United States we've gone completely backwards. Um, so it just seems remarkably really progressive that you were able to go through something like that at such an early age in a country too where I'm sure that you don't have as many challenges as you would have throughout the world.
True, true, true. I mean, being Norwegian, you are very, that's why also I'm in love with Ibsen. Because, thinking of how, the 18th century, he wrote all this, and he wanted the woman to be the heroine. He did not want the woman to be weak. Like, for example, The Doll's House. The real story of the woman was that she ended up in the psychiatric clinic, but he made her leave the husband and her three children to find and take care of herself. So I think being Norwegian, where you are very equal, has probably also helped a lot. Because in the UK, I found living there, yes, it was quite conservative, but you were still a lady. So, you were treated like a
Right.
woman. They would open the door for you, and they'd be gentlemen. But then moving also to Switzerland was a huge change, because there it's was like moving back to the 50s.
Really?
Yeah, very much.
Really?
hmm
Oh, that's surprising.
I couldn't even I couldn't even buy my own telephone.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
My
my
husband
god.
my husband had to buy my first phone.
That's outrageous. They can't. Is it the same way now?
It's progress, thank God, but it's no. I mean, 96 was the last cartoon to have the vote for women. Yeah, 96, not long ago.
No.
No.
Women's rights are regressing across the world, which is something that you've been very, upfront about in campaigning. What do you see as the biggest threats to women right now in the United States? Not just the
Well,
United States, but throughout the world.
well, in the US now, it scares me with the abortion law
Yes.
because I feel if, as a woman, you can't have the power over your own body, well, you lost every power there is.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote, because my daughter, she made a thesis about the abortion law in the US, and that inspired me to write a song that's called You Can't Go Back. And I said to my daughter, because she has this beautiful, beautiful voice, so I said to her she had to do a duo with me. And it's a beautiful song. You Can't Go Back.
You can't go back. I wish we had that.
It's there. It's everywhere. Yeah, I can send it to you.
Oh,
And
that's perfect.
yeah.
No, I mean, I wish that we had it in the queue so we could give that a play, because that sounds like, yeah, very depressed by what's happening in the United States in terms of the regression in so many fronts. Transgender rights are under threat. Gay rights are once again under threat. But you see this happening not just in the United States, but throughout the world too. There seems to be this shift that's happening. That's very concerning. This very conservative shift, if you will.
Yeah. And I think as you said, I've done a lot of gay pride because to me that is a celebration of love.
Yes.
It's everyone's there. Huh? There's children, there's grandmas, there everyone's there to celebrate love, which
Yeah.
is such an important message because without love, we have nothing. And I always said health is the most important thing, but I have my best girlfriend who sadly has never had her health. And she said, Katrina, you're absolutely wrong. Love is the most important thing. And she's right.
Yeah. And it seems like people need to just mind their own business when it comes to who you love, right?
Yes. I mean, who do you, I mean, you can't even choose. I wish sometimes I could choose who I fell in love with, but you can't. I mean, you love, you love. It's not a choice.
You know, we that was one of the key messages, I think, in the movie Elida. I'm terrible
Elida, yes,
at
from
Elida. Yeah.
Elida from yeah, based upon the lady from the sea. Yes.
Yes, that was a fantastic film. I really enjoyed. The one thing that made me uncomfortable was all the swimming that you had to do in that movie.
A lot of sweet, and I tell you, it was in September, so it was freezing.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I mean, they had you in the water all the time.
Absolutely. No, but we were lucky though because we did have a lot of sun, so that helped a bit. But no, they're beautiful shots by James
Yeah.
Ian Gray. He's a BAFTA nominated cinematographer. He did, I think, the shots of south of Norway are stunning, absolutely
Oh, it
stunning.
was absolutely breathtaking. The scenery and the way the shots were done. And the story, the way it unraveled. I loved. I mean, because a lot of it is at the beginning, at least, you narrating a story, kind
Yes,
of narrating what's going on,
yes,
and then the story sort of unfolds in front of you, and you kind of get the pieces. It's a little bit of a mystery too, because you're trying to figure out, is that person real?
Yes, because you're not sure. That's how Ibsen wrote it, you see. Because that's why he called him the stranger, because you're not really sure. Is
Sure,
he
right.
there? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give the movie ending away, but it's very empowering to woman. I found that character, and
Mm.
that, and her husband, of course, kind of at the end giving her that freedom to,
To choose.
to choose. Right.
Mm.
I thought that was a very powerful scene. Um, do you think he knew that who you were going to
No,
choose?
no, not at all. I think that was completely from his heart. He realized that he had to give her her freedom. And I think that's really important in life too. You know, you're not a
Right.
teddy bear. You can't own someone you love. You have to trust them. You have to set them free, and you know it's not a teddy bear.
No. Um, the movie was just absolutely beautiful, and I'd love to see more of your work, and especially in his characters.
Well, I'm actually writing a new one now.
Oh, are you really?
Yes, a new based also upon Ibsen. Yes, I'm very excited about it, and I'm working with Porter and Craig.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
because they also produce, so it's very very exciting.
When what was the process when you wrote when you wrote Intimacy?
So intimacy was actually based upon this story that I read about a middle-aged woman and how she felt. You know how you change, how you know as a young woman, you kind of men will look at you, you kind of I don't know, you don't even think about it, and then you come as a woman in your middle age and you suddenly feel that you don't have, you've given birth to children, your body is not the same, you
Right.
probably, your mood is a bit more up and down, and actually she's undressing then in front of a mirror and appreciating and loving herself for who she is, that it's not so bad, you're still beautiful, and
What did
I think actually more beautiful.
what did you feel like when you got nominated to be the anthem of International Women's Day?
I cried. I actually cried of joy because it was such a big moment. Because as you know, and as you say, I've been fighting for women, and I adore women, and I think there's still so much to do for women. And I think I don't understand how a woman cannot be respected, because when you give a birth, and as any man out there, he must love his mother and his sister. So for me, it just doesn't make sense not to love women.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
it's very bigoted, and I guess misogyny is just something I don't understand it, frankly.
No, I think women should be lifted up and yeah,
Celebrate.
yes, and celebrated. Absolutely, because
Well,
they are beautiful.
with that in mind, I would like to go ahead and play Intimacy,
Oh, thank you.
if you don't mind.
I close my eyes when I undress, gently unlike the way I've ever been undressed. I shiver now, I'm naked I wait a moment before I open up my eyes. You watch this time Kiss you once, kiss you twice. Will you share this intimacy? Kiss of love, kiss of life. Open up your pure heart to me. Intimacy. Don't you remember love? Don't you remember love? I close my eyes and I undress, gently unlike the way I've ever been undressed. I shiver now, I'm naked. I wait a moment before I open up my eyes. You watch this time. Kiss you once, kiss you twice. Will you share this intimacy? Kiss of love, kiss of life. Open up your pure heart to me. Kiss you once, kiss you twice. Will you share this intimacy? Kiss of love, kiss of life. Open up your pure heart to me. Intimacy. Don't you remember love? Don't you remember love?
Love that. Love the music video. Love the song. Love the fact that this was the anthem for International Women's Day.
Yeah, it's good to watch it again. I haven't watched it for so long. It's they did amazing work, Tracy Adams, and yeah, they did a fab job.
Absolutely. What I'm just looking through my notes. It's forgive me. There's a question I wanted to ask you. And I'm trying to remember, but it'll come back to me. Moving on, breaking the silence.
Yes.
That's the question I've been struggling for. The play that you co-wrote for Human Rights Watch
Mm-hmm.
received recognition at a prestigious event at the End Sexual Violence Conflict, which was hosted by Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, and William Hague.
Right. What was the message that motivated you to create this work?
That was very interesting because, as I mentioned before, coming to Switzerland and having a bit of a shock, I like to shock. So I actually is the first one to put on the Vagina Monologues in Geneva. And I put it on for Solidarité Femmes, which is an organization helping battered women. And believe it or not, but there are a huge amount of battered women in Switzerland. And Nicole Kidman, actually, when she comes to do her advertisement of different watches and stuff, she will only visit this organization, Solidarité Femmes.
Okay.
And after putting that on, Human Rights Watch invited me for one of their events, and they asked me if I could write a play for them and put it on in Geneva. And they wanted me to kind of put all, because they do amazing work. I mean, I call them James Bonds, you know, they're amazing. What they can't, they dress like civilians. They go and really find out what's actually happening. So it's amazing the work they do. And they, of course, cover a lot of different areas. So they wanted me to kind of make a play about all the things they do. And I said, that's going to be too vast. So I said, please, can I focus on the women? So they said, yeah, sure. So I did with Susan Craig, who's very much a part of Human Rights Watch. The two of us started to write it, and we got a lot of, research work from Human Rights Watch. So it was all based upon real stories, which was
Wow.
very tough, but also very good to see and learn and realize what's going on, and putting on a play to raise awareness like that was very, I think it's probably the most thing I'm most proud of when it comes to my theatrical work. Yeah.
And what was that? How was that received in general?
Well, for the men, I must say it was very hard to be in the audience as a man. And I must give my husband a huge credit because he came to watch most of the productions, because we also got a chance to play it at The Hague. We also played it at United Nations in New York. We played it in the Soho Theatre in New York. Yeah, so it's kind of been shown quite a few places. And he came to watch all of the performances.
Bless his heart.
So yes, no, it's a tough play, but it's important. It's important.
Can people see this play? Has it been recorded online for?
Yes, there is a video that was taken actually of the premiere, because the first performance was in Geneva, and I was also very lucky to get Waris Drury her words from Desert Flower. So one of the monologues is from that by Winnemie. She's a very famous film actress. She was doing
Okay.
it. So yes, I'll send you the video with pleasure.
Oh, perfect. And
Yes.
we'll put a link down below the description so people can check that out.
Yeah.
Now, you are also a very strong advocate for LGBTQ rights.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you've done various gay pride festivals,
I love them. I love
including
them.
the one in Ibiza.
Yes.
And how do you envision using your platform as an artist to bring awareness to this activism that is so important to you for marginalized communities?
I believe, as I said in drama school, when they said that theatre started out as political, I believe that you can raise so much awareness through your art. I think also with my age, I think maybe if I was 18, 19 and started a singing career, but actually starting it around being 40, which is very late, I think it wouldn't give me so much to just sing, "Hey, baby, baby." I think it gives me more to give a message, and also to raise awareness through my music or through my movies, which I've been lucky also now to be able to produce, and also through acting. I think it comes with age probably as well. And as you said, you asked me earlier how old I was when I started it. I think I came in the right path by being, straight away employed by a theatre company, Sphinx Theatre Company, that was passionate about bringing women forward. So
Right.
yeah, I think it was kind of in my cards.
Yeah, that. So, what was the transition like to when you decided that you wanted to focus on singing? Because as you said, you started at a very later age than
With the music, yes.
yeah.
And that is again, in a way, in a funny way, thanks to Switzerland, which is kind of peculiar, because Switzerland is, my husband is half Swiss. This is why Switzerland came into my environment with my life. And as an actress, you would never choose to go there. Do you see what I mean? So it was because of him and his work, and coming there and realizing there was actually nothing really much in the theatrical or cinematic world. I saw there was a lot in the music world. So I started singing with this, because I also sing opera. So I started singing with this kind of jazz, operatic jazz group in Montreux, and did a few performances with them. And then I was picked up with this hard rock group in Geneva called, they started calling me Nina Hagen, Nina Hagen, the German. and then and then I started. They were looking for a singer in this group that were actually making albums. So I started writing music with them, which I didn't know I could do. So I mean, my dad was a great musician. He plays he plays the drums, he plays every instrument there is, and sings. And my mom is very artistic. She was a model for Balmain, first Norwegian model for Balmain in Paris. So I come from quite artistic roots, but still I didn't know I could write songs. And with them, I started writing songs, which I really enjoyed. And then this Nashville producer heard me singing and one of my songs. So he said, "You got to make an album." And for a year, he was, calling me every day saying, "Come on, come on, come on." And then in the end, I gave in and I made an album. And Paul Sutton, who works with Phil Collins and the Jackson Brothers, he heard my album and he introduced me back to big producers in London working with Kylie Minogue. So it kind of all brought me back to London. So it's quite funny, actually. So I think London is definitely in my heart.
That's that is quite a funny story. Circling back to London, because I mean those are some big names in the industry.
Yes, and it was kind of, I came to Switzerland. Okay, I can't do acting. I'll start with doing music, and then it all brought me back to London again. So yeah, I'm meant to be in London, that's for sure, in my acting and in my music.
Music, absolutely. What is your favorite right now? What is your focus? Is your focus on music or is it acting? I mean, we're if you had to
Both.
pick one,
No,
both.
both. So now, for example, I've written two songs, new songs with two huge producers. One that I've been working quite a lot with, Stonebridge, and another one, Damon Hess, who's just really huge in Ibiza and everywhere. So for me, it's really, and then I'm writing the script, as I told you, with my new Ibsen. I think both. I think both gives me a lot of pleasure. I can't see myself having to
Yeah,
choose
one.
one or the other. No.
How much time do you have? My goodness, I mean, this takes a great deal of time and energy. I'm just trying to figure out where you get it.
I think I think I probably have a lot of energy, and then also I've been lucky to have, my husband. He really he supports me. He really loves me for who I am and what I do, and then I have four children also who are very proud. They're not embarrassed because you could be quite embarrassed. Your mom. Oh my God! But my son is studying in London and he was in a nightclub and suddenly one of my songs came on and he's shouting, so loud through the whole nightclub, "That's my mom! That's my mom!"
What song was it?
That was actually Smash. I don't know if you
Smash.
heard Smash.
I
Yeah.
believe that's one of them that was yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the song.
Yeah, pretty sure that was it. That was it. Sorry, my mind is all just hazy today.
Yeah, don't worry. But it's so that helps because I think if you don't have a family supporting you, I think it's very difficult.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. Talk about Hydrosound. What is that?
Oh, that's so exciting because being in the music industry and seeing how it works, it's outrageous.
I
I
can
mean, for the
imagine.
artist, it's outrageous. Everyone just sucks, like sucks all the money out of them. So I think with Hydrosound, it it's revolutionary. I'm so excited about it. And I'm so thrilled because I have a team now, one who did Facebook, one who's did The Wire. I mean, all these amazing people on board who can really make this happen. And that's going to make such a huge difference for artists out there that they can take full control over their own careers. Because how it works now, it's outrageous.
It's exploitive.
Yeah.
How do you see your platform breaking that divide?
Because, for example, the first thing now that we is going to go live, I think it actually did go live tonight, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is the live. So Hydra is this Greek, with loads of different heads. Yeah, and one of the heads is live, which means now that live, it doesn't matter if you are, you could be a private person looking for entertainment, or you could be a shop who needs entertainment, or you can be a little cafeteria, or you can be a bigger venue, but you can be on Hydra Sound or Hydra Live, and artists can be, and they can directly contact each other, and they can directly find out then if they're looking for jazz musicians, or they're looking for DJs or rap or whatever sort of music they're looking for, and the artist and the venues can directly have contact with each other, so that you
Oh,
don't need
wow.
this middleman
That's
cutting out the
fantastic.
middleman. Yeah.
Yeah, putting artists directly in more control.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do you think that can go even broader in the future?
Yes.
Because
I
that would
think
be
it's crucial. I
excellent.
think it's crucial. Yeah.
Yeah, so many of the artists that I talk to talk about the exploitive aspects of the industry,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that a lot of listeners, people that enjoy music, just don't have any idea.
No, I mean streaming. You get 0.008. I mean, you get nothing, and it's um, it's all these people around, that can say they promise them the world and they give
Right.
them nothing. And the many artists, or creative, they created something really beautiful like a song, and they're very proud, and they think that this could be it, this could be a hit. But
Yes.
often these people around it says, oh yes, I'll make that your dream comes true. It's not how it works. It's not like writing one song, and there are loads of beautiful songs out there, but there's a lot of money that needs to be put in.
Well, yeah. I mean, putting a composition together is quite an expensive undertaking
Mm-hmm.
to start with. So I mean, you have these stories of artists that will put together, their own thing, and then they'll go and do a YouTube video and be discovered. But that's not really how the industry works overall. I mean, there's a
No.
lot of exploitation, a lot of people. Yeah, it's absolutely a mess, and it's not
Mhm.
that much different for actors either. So you're sort of in two industries that
That's
like
what my dad
people
says. He
over.
said, God, you chose the two worst, the two worst ones. Yeah. No, they're tough. They're tough. But I think if it's a passion in you, and that's what you want to do, you have to do it. And but on the other hand, as a creator, I think, because I remember, because I have twin boys, and I was highly pregnant with them, and I couldn't really then produce something, or it was difficult to do things. So I started doing pottery, and I made loads of amazing statues. And then during the COVID time, I finished off my children's book, because I had this amazing idea with my parrot that disappeared for 6 months, and suddenly he returned. So then I made the children's book. So I think as an artist, as long as you can create, I don't think it really matters how you create. But I think it's awful when people exploit people who wants to create. I think that's very wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's very...
And that's how it works in the music industry today.
It's very deadly.
So I'm very excited about Hydrosound.
Now, Hydrosound, is that just local right now?
No, it's going to be worldwide. But now it's interesting because we are going to, with the venues, you start off. So it'll be UK, you do different, like London, Berlin, Oslo, Geneva. You start off and then you expand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just hard to see how that's all going to work.
It's going to work.
Just on a global level, because it's an extraordinarily fantastic idea. And I'm sure the music industry is somehow going to try to come and find a way around it.
We'll see.
I want to talk to you about Red Dream.
Oh, yes.
This is one of my producer's favorites. And I just wanted to... what was the inspiration for Red Dream?
I think life without dreams, it wouldn't work. I think we need to dream.
I would agree.
I think we need to dream. And I think it's very sad if you have no dreams. And it was interesting because I worked a year for Rosé, which is the most prestigious private school in the world. And Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas had their girl there, and different from all over the world. And they asked me if I could direct Fame. Well, I could choose to direct a musical for them, for they had their 125th celebration. So I chose Fame because I thought that was mostly appropriate, because that's their age, like 19 years old. And one of the boys, he was perfect for the part. And he could sing, but he wasn't amazing vocals, but he could sing. And then there was one part in the song, I want to make magic. I want to be bigger than I am. And I said to him, don't worry about, the singing of it. Just say it. Just think of something you really want to achieve and say it with passion. And he said, there's nothing. When I finish here, I'm going to go to Portugal and play golf. I said, Tiger Woods, come on, No, he spoke like a pensionist. And I went home crying because I can't remember how old I was, but I'm still a woman and had children, and I thought, I still have so many dreams. And this boy is only 19 and he has no dreams.
Wow.
That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah, no, wow, now
We need to dream.
Yes. Well, with that, let's go ahead and give Red Dream a listen and watch.
Light summer sleep, floating on the surface, just sometimes dipping in underneath. That's where I'm going, where I'm going, where I'm going, my dream.
Love that. And that is, of course, from the movie.
Yes, it's in the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, it's at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
But I had an amazing composer for the movie, Mark Thomas. Sadly, he passed away last summer.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, sadly, because he's such a talented. I mean, he's composed so much music to so many famous movies and TV series in the UK.
Oh.
And he fell in love with the leader. He fell in love with the character and the visuals, and he just wrote in a week. He just wrote all the music.
Oh,
Beautiful.
really?
And he got me into the studio, actually with my son as well. So we were both recording the vocals.
Really?
Yes.
How long did that entire movie take?
Not that long, actually, because it took 2 weeks shooting in Norway, which was amazing because, I mean, the whole crew loved it because we had to go on boats. You know, normally you go in cars. No. There you had to put all the equipment into boats, and then it was a week, couple of days in the studio, and then in London, and then. Yeah, and then with the music, we just did a day of recording. Yeah, no. Well, 2 days actually. 2 days of recording. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
'Cause that movie looked like it took a long time to. The visuals and the locations were all superb.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place in Norway. Kragerø. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I'd love to visit someday.
Yes, you have to. And now I'm in Norway. I've been up in the mountains. I've never seen so much snow my whole life. I mean, my cabin up in Geilo was completely, I mean, we could barely get in. I mean, it's crazy. I'll send you a photo afterwards.
Oh, definitely.
So much snow, but beautiful. I love it there.
So, God, there were so many questions I wanted to ask you, and my mind is just, as I had mentioned, I'm not feeling too good, and my mind is all just fuzzy. The cold medication, I think, is doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, don't worry.
Um, the last song I wanted to talk to you about and play is L.A. This is a
LA.
completely different type of song for you, I think, in terms of the sound. And I'm just curious, what was the inspiration behind this song?
It was such a big heartbreak. It was such a big heartbreak. Yeah, it was. It was actually about one of my closest friends, who was like a family, and she completely broke my heart.
Mm.
And my husband had to hold my heart actually for 3 nights in a row. It was so broken.
I've been there, so I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Hmm. But it's interesting because, as I said, I fight for women and I adore women, but actually, women have hurt me more than men. It's funny, but that's life.
Well, before we we play out with LA, where can people find you? Where can people find your music?
So I'm everywhere. I'm on Spotify. I'm yeah, iTunes. Yeah, every music shop out there. I am.
And we'll include some links as well down below in the description for everyone. And with that, I'd like to thank you, Katrina, for coming on the show. Hey, Siren.
Thank you for having me.
Find you. Again, I'm a huge fan. I hope I wasn't too nervous during this whole interview. I'm sure I was.
No, you're wonderful.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show, and hopefully we'll have you back. And
I would love to.
this is LA.
broke my heart out in LA. Split in two, now it's over. Left you there out in LA. This is truly a closure. I didn't know. How could I have known? I feel betrayed, feel backstabbed. Oh, I wish I had known. I feel betrayed, I feel backstabbed. Oh, I wish I had known. You came to my life so many years ago. You entered my heart, oh how I loved you so. You broke my heart out in LA, yeah. I left you for in LA. I'm done now, giving you no more. Can't always take advantage like you come to me through all these years. I guess it's part of my journey. People come and they go. My life has moved on without you. This is truly a closure. I didn't know. How could I have known? I feel betrayed, feel backstabbed. Oh, I wish I had known. Feel betrayed, feel